Module 26 Implement Project Status. Another free lesson to help you become a better coder. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your continued support helps make these videos possible. And as always, I thank you all for watching this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you another way of implementing a project status. This is actually a good way if you really need to know what the user is selecting. With the earlier version, the code does not know which item is selected in order to take different action based on the selection. So let's see how I accomplish this. Good morning, good morning. Beep, beep. Good morning. All right, let's get back to our project management. It's been about a week since I put out the project status that we did, project management. All right, so let's add we did the project status, but now we need to add the status to the project. All right, so we're going to implement this guy. Copy, paste, and shouldn't be too bad here. Should be real easy. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's take a look at it. What's going on here? Implement project status. Yeah, so let's take a look at it. So I looked at this earlier and the project status here, and I'm not sure if we really need this guy. Alright, what I really want to do is to add this guy as a constant. Right, that way we can identify which one they are selecting. Okay, because we want to automatically add the invoice. So you can't add an invoice if you don't know what the name is. All right, what the name is. Yes, it's in the table, but it would be almost impossible to know what users add these status, what statuses are. All right, what we want to do is hard code this guy, so that we actually know what is going on. All right, let me show you how this is done. I'm going to leave that right there. All right, and let's we're gonna redo this status right here. Project status, where are you? Project oh well, let's go into one of these guys. That's fine. So but we'll be able to see it right here. We're gonna delete this guy. See this guy right here, project status? I want to get rid of this. We want to hard code this guy. All right, and I'm going to show you why as I progress. You are going to understand why I want to do it the way I'm doing. Okay, like I said, we want to automatically add invoice, and without knowing what status is it, we can't really add an invoice. So I've got a constant right here. I'm just gonna copy this guy, 4 of them. Copy, close, paste, and I'm gonna name this guy project status. Project status, and then I want this guy to be integer. Call this one new project, and this is 1. and this one is approved, just like what we had in the database. Alright, it's going to be the same thing, except now the programmer can actually in progress. Programmer can actually know what is going on, like what it is that they are selecting. Because in a database, you have no idea what they're typing. You have no idea. This one is complete. Alright. You understand as I progress. Okay. Now we need to be able to grab one of these guys, either the name or the number. So we're going to call it function. Project ID. Project status ID. And then we need to we need to pass in by value s project status name as string, and then we'll say, hey, return forgot by val. Oh, I misspelled function, my bad. What's going on? Oh, I still misspell. You see there? Duh. There. Whew. That's what happened when you yeah. That's alright. And everybody makes mistakes there. Typo. Anyways, now we want to do a select case. Select case. S project status name and select, and now we can say case project status ID equals 1, and then I'm just going to copy this guy. The only 4 of them. That will be 2, 3, oops, 2, 3, 4, and here this will be new project. Exactly the same as the database data table. All right, approved in progress. This one complete. All right. Except now we can identify which one it is. Okay, so now that was an ID. Copy. So here's another technique though, showing you how to get things going. And then the more you know of how to do things, the better it is you are. Alright, so now we can say 1, just like that. And then we'll say project status name, oops, equals, take this guy out, just like that. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and copy this guy, the top one, and then replace this bottom one, just like that. 2, 3, 4. This one is approved. This one is in progress. This one is complete. It has to be the same, spelled the same way as this guy's. All right. So that's how that works. Okay. Save that. All right. Now let's go to the form and implement these guys. Actually, before we do that, we need to do this guy right here. We need to do this guy. We need to add a project status right here. All right, so let's do I project status ID. See there? And then I'm just gonna grab this guy, copy, go right behind the percent complete, right there. Public property, let paste value as int I equals value. See there? And then we say property get paste as string as int equals I, just like that. Alright, and then we'll go to the bottom here. Yeah, this is another way of implementing the constant. With this, it's easy to understand. It's easy to understand and know what it is that the user is selecting, you see. Alright, so now we need to go to project DB access. There. Now we need to add this guy. Right there, or project dot, I have that in my my clipboard, rs paste, see there, right there, rs or project paste, and that's good. All right, actually we almost done. Now we need to go to the form. We need to go to project form. Alright, yeah, we're gonna delete this guy, project form right here, project status form right here. Alright, we need to go project form. We need to add a drop down list to select the statuses. So what I want to do is I want to grab this guy, move this guy down, and then copy this customer drop down list here, copy, paste, push it down. Oops, too far down, right there. Alright, while that guy is selected, I want to come over here on the right, give it a name, project status, just like that, and we only want one column and 2.5, and scroll down to the row source right here, zoom in. We're going to get rid of all this. We want to type in new project, that's a status. Alright, and the next one, approved, remember that. Next one, in progress. Next one, complete. We got 4 of them. That's it. Alright, now let's go to the next one, change that to a value list. That's all we have to do. Now before I go further, I want to check out this index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is a 6 right here. That should be 5. See this 4? That should be 5 right there. 5. And this one is 6. This one should be 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Alright, good. Now let's change this guy to status. We are done there. Let's add this error. Let's add this there. That should be fine right there. And the error name is LBL error project status, just like that. Alright, so let's go back to code behind. We're going to start from the beginning, similar to what we have been doing. This clear right here, we don't want to clear, we want to say project status equals the first item, which is we know is yeah, we know it's 1. Alright, first item, project status. item 0, just like that. And now we want to lock this guy. Oops, not txt. True. Want to go behind the SCB project status, back color white. Here is unlock. Log equals false. CBO project status, back color light blue. Keep moving up. Right here is a clear. We add this guy in there. LBL error project status visible false. LBL error project status full color dark red. So this is this is pretty straightforward. It's just all implementing things, you know. It's just all implementing things. Gonna copy that. Oops. Add that to there. This guy will be CBO project status, and this one is LBL error project right there. Alright, we're almost done for this portion right here, mister. This is nice and simple right here. O project status ID equals CBO. So here we want to save the project as a number. All right, so let's double check this table here first. Project designed, we don't have one here, so we're going to add one. Project status ID number, and let's move this guy right behind that guy so we know the order. Save. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we want to change this guy to integer only, not long integer. Save. Alright, so we good there. So in here, this is where we want to say project status. We are going to convert this guy to status ID. Remember, this drop down has a list of string, right? But now we want to get an ID, not the name. And then we're going to reverse this one. So when we CBO project status, when we get this guy, we want to say project status. This one is a name, you see, and then we pass in the ID. O project dot project status. That's how that works. All right, I think that we're done. We're done right there. All right, now let's double check on this guy. Double check on this guy. Right here. Let me show you something. We just added this project ID. You see this project status ID? That's null value. If we run it right now, we're gonna say it's gonna bark at us. All right, it's gonna say, hey, you can set a null value. You cannot set a null value. So what we want to do here, we want to say NZ. Go to in there. We want to type in project status new. You see there? So that will make it number 1. So that's the reason why we want to implement this. So we need to identify what it is they are selecting. All right, what it is they are selecting, and we have a way to convert from one to the other here. Okay, before we save, we convert it to a number, and then when we display, we convert it to a name. See, all right, but if this status is selected as a approved, all right, let me show you why I did that. You see there, if it's approved, if not, it's no. I'm going to show you why here now. All right, project status. Then, so if that guy is not null, we want to say if project status is new. You see there? Yeah, hold on, just a sec. If project, hold on, project status ID CBO. So if this ID is new, you see that? That's how we identify it's new. You see that? So first we grab the drop down list. We have no idea what they're selecting, you see, and that's the reason why. Because if we use the table, then we can't tell what it is. Alright? But if we use a constant, we can tell what it is. So now we'll say, okay, grab this name that they're selecting and give me a number. Alright, give me a number. Now, if that number new, you see, if that number new, alright, I'm going to show you. We're not going to implement this today. I'm just going to show you, but we're going to do this in the next video. Alright, we're just going slow here, and then we're going to say, actually, you know what, actually I'm going to take this out for now. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do anything to it. What I want to do here is I will say just to show you what it is, project status name ID CBO project status. Alright, so here we say you selected, just a test, you selected ID, there you go, you selected ID whatever it is. Alright, so I'm gonna show you what happened there. Instead of click, I want to say after update. After update. Alright. Okay, so let's close that out. Let's open it up. We're gonna find out. Main navigation. Where are you? Main navigation right there. Alright, let's sign in. Log in. Now let's go to project. You see it says new project, even though it's null inside there. Alright, that's still new. Alright, now if we look at this project right here, or this guy right here, it's null. Why is it saying new project? Because we identify it in the back here. You see, we say if you are null, See here? We say if you are null, make you a new. That's why we identify it. Alright? So that's how that works. So now this thing is gonna work flawlessly. Now, if we save this guy right now, it's gonna add 1 to that database. Alright, so let's edit, save. Let's see if it's saved as 1. Look at that, 1. You see there? You see there? Alright, so let's update this guy as well. Have no idea which one it is. So, but we're gonna update both of them. Save. We should have 1 and 1. Let's do this one again, just in case. All we have to do is just do that. So now we should have both of them as a new. You see that? Good. Good. Now, what I want to show you is that it knows exactly what you're selecting here. Alright, so let's go edit. Approve. You see that? You're selecting ID 2. You see that? You selected ID 3. You see that? So now we can actually identify which one it is that they are selecting. Alright? So if it's approved, we are going to create an invoice for them. Alright? So cancel that. Show you in the back here on the form right here. So now that we know, now that I've shown you what it is, we can actually identify whatever they're selecting here based on the constant file that we created. So if it's new, and then we're just gonna message it out for now. For the next video, we're gonna implement this guy. Auto create. Oops. Invoice here. Alright. So if this guy is approved, hold on. Oh, not new. Approved. You see there? It knows exactly. It knows because it was not new. It's approved. You see that? We gotta say, hey, if you select approved, this is what's happening. It didn't come in earlier because we left the new in there. So now it should go in there. So let's try that again. Approved. You see there? Auto create invoice here, and that's how that's going to happen. All right. So if we do this, bam. All right, and then the logic happens. We're gonna, if it's approved, all right, if it's approved, we're gonna do this. All right, if it's approved, if we're gonna do this. All right, but this is just to show you that we can identify the statuses, each statuses that the user is selecting. Obviously, we don't want to add the invoice here. All right, I'm just showing you that if the status approved. So ideally, I'm gonna delete this now because we don't need it. That was just to show you. Ideally, when we save this guy, you see right here, when we save this guy right here, see there, we want to come in here and do this. See there? Now once the project is saved, we also auto create this invoice right here. You see? Save. Let me show you. This is where that's going to happen. For example, it will save. Let's try that again. Cancel that. Edit. So if we say approved, alright, and then we save, you see there. So once we save, we can go ahead and do this guy as well. Alright, and that's how that works. Let's Let's change that back to new. Save. And then we can also undo the previous. All right. For example, if it's in progress, can you change it to new? Maybe not, because it's in progress. You see. So now we can really identify each step that they are doing. All right. And that's the reason why I want to do this. I want to do this project the way I am implementing here. All right. For instance, let me show you. For instance, let's go back here. I'm gonna revert back because we had this guy. For instance, if it's new, for example, if it's new, you can say this status is not allowed. Alright, this status is not allowed. Save. For instance, if we had this guy in progress, alright, anytime you cancel or end the compile, you have to restart this guy. Alright, so that's okay. We just restart. That's how you restart. Alright, so now we're going to change this to in progress. Save. Okay, now watch. It will say, okay, it was in progress. We're going to change back to new. This status is not allowed. You see there? We can identify any statuses now. Alright, and then obviously you have to cancel, and it goes back to in progress. You see there? And that's how that works. Okay, so that's how that works. And let's edit this to there's nothing in there, so we can continue to save. I was just looking at the code. That's fine. Save. Alright, so that's how we're gonna do it. Next time we are going to monkeying around with these statuses. Alright, we can allow them to change from in progress to new or whatever. Okay, but what I want to do in the next video is when we save right here, this is what I want to do. Let me show you. We want to automatically copy. Where is it? Right here. When we save the project, we want to make sure that if it's approved right here, we want to say we're going to right here. We're gonna right here. Auto generate invoice, just like that. That's what we want to do. All right, that's what we want to do. So in the next video, we're just getting this guy ready for the invoice. In the next video, we're gonna do the invoice CRUD. Once we finish with the CRUD, we are going to implement this so that we can actually execute our CRUD operation, invoice operation. All right, so that you have it. That's how we implement the status. The status is not done. It's going to be a couple more video based on what I'm seeing. All right, but the next video we're going to do the invoice table, CRUD operations, and then we are going to implement this project, the status and invoice together. All right, so this will be I guess project status number 2, and then we'll do invoice, and we'll come back to project status number 3. I think that would be good. All right, let me do this for But so now we don't need this guy. I'm going to delete this table. Delete the project status. Alright, we don't need that. There you have it. There you have it. We implemented the project status differently than what I had in mind. But this time, just to recap, but this time we can actually know what status, each status that the user is selecting. Alright, because we got a status right here. Alright, this would be the ID and that would be the name, and here's a constant that we can identify. Are you new project? Are you approved? Are you in progress? Are you complete? So these are all we need. Alright, so that's how you implement the constant and getting the stuff. Alright, happy programming, people. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.